Hey everyone, it's Skyla. Welcome back to my channel, and I think we're on episode 6 of the Natter time videos. I think it's episode 6 or episode 7, but it's about time I done a Natter time video for you guys. And this time I am going to be doing a Natter time video with you all about wrestling. I know it's a subject that I haven't been talking about for a while, but I've got some pointers, and then I'm going to give you my answers and then just basically talk to you. When did I start to watch wrestling? When did I start wrestling? About 6 or 7. I've said this before in another video, but yeah, it was about 6 or 7 when I first started watching wrestling. A friend of mine, well, used to be a friend of mine, but like someone I knew when I was a kid, was also a fan of wrestling. Sorry, my glasses. Yeah, that's better. Was also a fan of wrestling, so I used to go to his house and we'd watch wrestling together. I think it was WrestleMania 4 or 5. It was a WrestleMania, and ever since then I got hooked, and then we got Sky in, and then it just went from there. I was just completely hooked. Favourite wrestlers from each decade that I started to watch wrestling. So the 1980s, I've got to say, favourite wrestler from the 1980s would be Andre the Giant. Larger than life character, was just an amazing wrestler for his height. He was also in The Princess Bride. He had this massive undefeated streak until Hulk Hogan beat him at WrestleMania 3. So, which brings me on to the 90s. I would say it's a toss-up between 3 wrestlers: Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels and Macho Man, because Macho Man reinvented himself in the late 90s in WCW. So, I couldn't say one wrestler out of them 3. So I'd say them 3. In the noughties, I would have to go with difficult one. It would have to be a TNA wrestler who's now in the WWE. So I would say AJ Styles. Near enough dominated the 2000s from 2002 when he started in TNA, so yep. And then the 2010s, that's a difficult one, because but you know what? I'm gonna pull out on a whimmy, and I'm gonna say Bobby Roode, who was also a former TNA wrestler, but he's now in NXT, and he's the NXT champion. So they're like my favourites. And I'd put Austin Aries in there as well for the 2010s. So, yep. So, my favourite type of match of all time. Has to be the easiest one for me evermore. Like, my favourite type of match is going back to... Ooh. Is it that one? No, this is going to be some thinking. Because the one that I wanted to pick has now suddenly overshadowed by another one. Oh God. Oh, that's. Do you know what? I'm gonna say the two of them. Right. The first one, obviously, is the Iron Man match from 1996. And my other favourite match would have to be last year's Hell in the Cell match between Charlotte and Sasha Banks. I've had to put them two in it because I needed to put something in that was going to defy the women of the business, so I've put that match in. I could have also put an Iron Woman match for them as well. Favourite entrance music. I'm going to have to be a bit biased because the music I walk down to the aisle is my favourite entrance music. And that's the Shinsuke Nakamura entrance music. So yeah, honestly, because I'm a complete bias because over that is because I walked down the aisle to that music. It was just, I was thinking for ages what music to come on, and then as soon as I heard Shinsuke's, I went, that's my wedding music, and I went down the aisle to it. So that's my favourite entrance music. Favourite finishing manoeuvre. Favourite finishing manoeuvre is... Ooh. Ooh. Do you know what I would have to go with? Favourite finishing manoeuvre? Oh. I'm gonna have to go with Austin Aries' Last Chancery. That has to be one of my favourite moves of all time. The best person that is on the mic right now, I've put it in two different subjects. One's the best person on the mic and one's the best person that gives a promo. Now, the best person on the mic right now has to be Enzo Amore. Please don't hate, appreciate. I think he's the best on the mic. But the best person that gives a great promo has to be, and this is going to sound really, really crazy, but we are going back to a promo that was done in TNA. Back quite a few years ago. It has to be one of my favourite promos ever. And it involved a group of people called Aces and Eights, that was led by Bully Ray, which is Bubba Ray Dudley. That to me has to be one of my favourite promos ever. So my favourite pay-per-view ever has to be SummerSlam 89. I love SummerSlam 89, but if we're doing a recent one, my favourite promo has to be WrestleMania 30, when Daniel Bryan won the title. Now, every year, for this next question, this says what pay-per-view do I look forward to the most. Now, I love, on WWE, I love SummerSlam. That is my favourite. But it's now Impact Wrestling. Sorry, I apologise for people if you want to auto-correct me. They're saying the TNA is Impact Wrestling. Well, it's actually GFW Anthem Impact. So there we go. But the favourite pay-per-view from them is Bound for Glory, because I have actually been to a Bound for Glory, and I have been to a Slammiversary before of theirs, which was a long time ago. But I love Bound for Glory. I love the way that they present the and they've got like a Hall of Fame and stuff like that, which is like totally amazing. But they're my pay-per-views that I look forward to most every year. Least favourite wrestler. I'm not a fan of. We'll do this in both promotions. We'll start with WWE. Least favourite wrestler. I would have to say I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns. I am not a fan of Roman Reigns at all. Least favourite female wrestler in WWE is Carmella. She's not bad, but she's not a good wrestler, and she doesn't deserve the Money in the Bank briefcase, in my opinion. So, least favourite wrestler in the other company, male and female. Female, I'm not a real good fan of Laurel Van Ness, although she's had a good like promo done on her, but I think it's run its course. I think she needs to go back to what she was and to use her wrestling ability instead of parading around as like a woman scorned. Just don't like it. But least favourite male wrestler, and I know I will get some hate for this, but I'm not a fan of KM, which is Sienna's cousin. Just not a fan. Seen him wrestle and he's not really that good, in my opinion. Which brings me on to least favourite match. My least favourite match is any match that involves Carmella. I just don't like the way she works in the ring. That's female wise. Male wise, the least favourite match. Well, I feel the cruiserweights at the moment are getting underutilised, so I would say any match of theirs. And then on the other company, least favourite match, male wise, I've never really liked any of Moose's matches, to be honest, and I know he's like the Grand Champion or something like that, but I don't like any of his matches. And as I said, I'm not really a fan of any of, well, actually, I do like some of Laurel Van Ness's matches, so we would have to go with, oh goodness, well, I'll go with Alicia Edwards only because I haven't really seen much of her in the ring. So, yeah. So, any match with her, really. Favourite submission holds? Favourite submission hold of all time is Bret the Hitman Hart. Favourite finisher? To me... Oh, I don't favourite finisher. Yeah, I did. Yeah, favourite submission hold would have to be the sharpshooter for me. And then wrestler I would most like to meet. Do you know what? I'd like to meet Braun Strowman. Don't know why, but lately I didn't really like Braun Strowman at first, but you know what? Lately, so much lately, he's been getting better and better and better. And I cannot wait till they put that Universal Championship title on him because he thoroughly deserves it. It's just sort of about it that I just like to have a conversation with him. I mean, I'd love to do an interview series with the guy and just see what he's all about and why he got into wrestling and stuff like that. I would just love to just meet the guy and just have a laugh with the guy. And I've heard from so many people like that have talked about Braun Strowman that he's a nice guy to meet. People might think, oh, he's a bit intimidating and stuff like that, but they've all said he's like down to earth. He's happy to like take a picture or ask how your day's been or whatever. So yeah, I would like to meet Braun Strowman. So anyway, that's the Natter Time video sorted. I've hoped you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel and click to the bell on the side. Click on that, and every new video you'll get from me, you'll get the new content first. Also, if anyone wants to send any letters or whatever, tell me how nice I'm doing with the channel and stuff like that, and what wants me to send them a letter back. Send a letter to the PO box address and I'll gladly write you one back. And all that jazz. So, yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay gory, have unpleasant dreams, and I will see you soon in the next video. Ta-ta for now. Bye.